So when you see people or dogs, practice just saying, hi, how are you? Hi. And then if you do, so if you are going to practice a recall, Suzy, you're going to say it one time, C-O-M-E. Then you're going to press and hold the T button at about a 30. And when he's on his way to you,
Okay.
that's when you let it off and you throw a party. But
I've never held it that.
well, because at 1.2 seconds, that will roll into a stimulation on his neck. The tone turns off and it turns into stimulation.
And how long?
1.2 seconds. So it's like,
Oh.
come. You'll start to see it if he starts to noticing. But that also gives him reason to pay attention better. It gives him motivation to pay attention, to avoid. I mean, we drive the speed limit to avoid aversive things, even when there's no cop around. So if you're saying to him, Willie, come, excited, and he doesn't turn around right then, you press and hold the T button, and as soon as he commits, that's when you let your finger off the button and you say, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. That's how you use the e-collar for recall. Everything else is that red button. Just use the tone button for recall.
Okay.
Only. And then the red button for other things. And again, like using the tone button, that's that negative reinforcement piece. You can escape the aversive, the tone stem thing. If you come, it'll go away. But if you come the first time, you avoid it altogether. That's like the horse analogy or like the seatbelt analogy. Remember that I was saying, like, if you get in the car and clip your seatbelt, the dinger doesn't go on. But if you turn the car on, so that was a way to avoid the dinger. It's not the greatest analogy because some people don't care about the dinger.
I
But,
really care about that.
okay, so the other part is if you say whoa to a horse and it's a well-seasoned horse, it stops. It's like, don't pull on the reins, so they know how to avoid the pressure. When we're teaching, so this is where he's not clear with it. He still needs to hear it and feel it a couple times to realize, oh, I know how to avoid it. Mom says it one time. She doesn't say it 5 times yesterday and 2 times today and 6 times next time. This is where he needs the formula, the pattern to understand. Mom says come, and after 2 or 3 times of you saying it one time and then you pressing and holding it, and then he's like, wow, I have motivation to actually pay attention to what's going on. He's smart. And he's smart. He's smart and he's soft. So he's going to be more motivated to be like, I hate that thing. So I want to hear COME
I get it
and turn around.
Runs.
Well, this is the thing. It's like you should put it on him like first thing in the morning. Like it should be like, good morning, clip.
I haven't done that.
And then good night, unclip. So don't make it like, oh.
We're going now. We need to put that on.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
If he loved going outside, it would be a good time to do it. But you got to just change it up. You got to just first thing in the morning, put it on him. Last thing at night, take it off. And then now I'm going to talk about the red button. So with the red button then, Suzy, like I would go to 50-ish. And if he go, because I want it to matter.
Been under 20.
Well, for
it's great.
Punishment, I kind of want, it matters to him. He did yelp that one time. So if a dog yelps, then I'm like, okay, I'll turn it down. But also know that the environment, his brain is jacked up or calm because of what's going on around him. So if he's like seeing dogs running at him and he's running towards the dog, his brain is going to be on a higher arousal level. So you're going to need a higher number. If he's just sitting here like this and you hit a 60, he's going to scream.
I always did this
Yeah.
one, so you're so good. Okay.
So reserve the T for just recall. Okay. Only come command.
When do I do this one?
Never.
Okay. Good.
So just do this. And that is like, if you say QUIT, you're going to tap that and maybe tap it again and maybe roll down to 20 and tap it again. Like you're just going to get him to stop what he was doing. Once he stops what he was doing that you didn't like, then you walk over and that's when you like, quit it. Quit it. And then, stay in that till you get that look of remorse. Okay. And then you say, don't do that anymore. You change your affect. You come, you get a little softer. Just knock it off. And then finally you reconcile with, let's go. Come on, let's go. So you do your reprimand, you get your remorse, then you reconcile. And if he still looks poopy, you can rebuild him by throwing a ball or taking him to the creek or jogging a little bit. Because movement, right? Movement makes us, come on, buddy. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Come on, buddy. Good boy. Movement makes us feel better. So don't pet that insecurity. Move him out of it. Okay. It would work for us.
Yeah. Thanks.
It just works for us. And now I'm going to send you this whole playlist on punishment versus reinforcement. But remember, look at that new bench over there.
I know, isn't that nice?
That's sweet.
I know.
Reinforcement encourages behavior and punishment stops behavior in operant conditioning. So you can look it up. I mean, it works for us. But for throwing, by going and sitting over there and letting the dogs go by, he never learns to not do that growly, weird behavior.
Oh.
So again...
Instead, what should I do?
Well, sometimes you're going to do that because you're like, I don't know about that dog. We're going to go over here. But sometimes you're going to see a dog you're like, okay, I think this is a fine dog for them to meet. Okay. And if he gets poopy, then you do the thing. You can say NOPE first, but then go right into quit. And over time, he starts to hear nope, and your nope then becomes a lot more powerful and has more meaning. But practice letting him play with dogs sometimes. If he gets weird in it, say QUIT, tap button, get your thing. Otherwise, just go sit over there. But if you're always sitting over there, he never learns about the interaction that you don't agree with, which is when you go into punishment, because he does a stupid growl, right?
And same with people playing in and out of his door.
Well, and at your house, the same, you're going to say NOPE, and then you're going to go right to quit. And the reason I'm saying you're going to say NOPE is because I want him to start to, he's a smart guy. He'll start to think, what came before that quit? She said nope.
And you don't make him go away from the people.
He probably will go away on his own when he feels that at a 60.
Okay.
And he might yelp, but don't worry.
Okay.
You're like, I'd rather have the
it's
dog.
a real problem.
Well,
People
I would
come
rather
in
have the dog yelp
Okay.
than,
The person yelp. The person
well, yeah, or him not. Otherwise, then he got away with it. So if the e-collar's not high enough to make him stop in that moment, then he's reinforcing his bad behavior. We need to stop the bad behavior, not. So if you're too low, he's still, now you're habituating him to the feeling of the e-collar, and I can take it. It's not a big deal. That's kind of what humans do sometimes. We play games with like hot hands. Remember hot hands? We're like, oh, I can, and it hurts, but we still play it. So we don't want to use the e-collar low, super low, because then he's like, it doesn't bug me. It needs to matter. So when he does it at the house, he starts to make his rah, 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 and you're going to say nope. And then you're going to go right to, and then you're going to go into that punishment event, which is with quit. And I'm going to send you videos to watch.
It's like the
same, yeah,
terrified.
Same thing at the fence. And your fence is a great way to do it because the fence is a safe, nobody's going to get in a dog fight. And it's like wearing a muzzle. It's the perfect way because he does it anyway. And I bet you 2 times of you doing it well, he'll get it. Yeah, so don't do treats. But if he growls and you say quit and he stops it and the postman has like a piece of cheese, then he might be more inclined to like, oh, I want that cheese. When your quit event is all over, then maybe he'll take the cheese. Maybe not. But at the same time, when he does it well, don't forget to say, good boy. Like this one husky we passed. And he was like, I don't know what to do here. And you're like, come on, let's go. And he did. And then you're like, that's it. That's it. You did it. You did it. And this is the chitter chatter of, you did it. Not, don't do that anymore.
Okay. I love this. Thank you.
If the back of the car is the fence, don't nope him when he's back here. Let him get up to the fence. And there's a dog. This is how it kind of goes. There's a dog and he runs to the fence. And then he's like, right here, he goes, ah, 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 ah.
Oh, yeah.
Right here is when he's in it. Like, if you can get it right when he opens his mouth to go, ah, but make sure he's like, his mouth is opened or he's making a sound before you say quit. Zap. You don't want to do it back here because I don't care what he does back here. If he doesn't charge and he can stand back here and just look with his tail up and his ears up. Like, don't punish the looking. Punish the action of
He sees them coming from the porch and he starts to tear.
Well,
towards the fence.
Let him get to the fence and then do it.
Okay.
And I bet you he'll start to see, because I don't want him to think he can't get off the porch.
Yeah.
I want him to realize it's the thing at the fence, not, if you didn't understand that or couldn't see that, then I'd say do it at the porch. But I don't want him to think he can't go on the lawn if another dog's out there because he's a friendly guy. So I'd rather have him go up and be like, hi, who are you? And not be reactive. So that's why I'm saying try to do it like at the fence or like right when he's about to do it, make the soundy growly, not when he's just running at it. And if that doesn't work, then do the running at it.